Alright, let me make sure. Okay, we'll get there. Alright. Let's see if we can find the stream. Hopefully it isn't. Wait. Oh, let's see what it is. Where are you? There's F2, there's F8. Audio is working as it should be. That's good to see as well. So stream's up and the chat's up. And we're all good to go. Fantastic indeed. Well, hello everyone and welcome to round 8 of the F8 Championship here on PSGL. I'm K1997, your lead commentator for this event, and this time we are racing at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexican Grand Prix. Opened in 1959, this track would hold a Formula 1 Grand Prix in 1962. That would lead on to 1970, then would go on a break till about 1986 to 1992, and now it has hosted a Formula 1 Grand Prix. It's now back to hosting Formula 1 racing back in 2015, and has been home of the Mexican Grand Prix ever since then. It's also the highest altitude in terms of the any city we go to. Mexico City has a distance of 2,240 meters above sea level. But of course, with this game, we don't have to worry about such altitude because it's not factored into this game. This track consists of 2.674 miles long and 17 turns, and 3 DRS zones. One that leads down the main straightaway into the first corner, and it's a long run down towards the first corner as well. The other one is down the The second one is at the exit of turn 3 that leads into turn 4. Now, the only thing to note as well is that the DRS detection point for those two DRS zones are at the entry of the final corner, the penultimate corner, I should say, of turn 16. But meanwhile, the other DRS zone is at the exit of turn 11 that leads up. Leads up to turn 11 that leads out of turn 11 that leads into turn 12. Goodness me, I'm getting my words mixed up. Now, the one thing the drivers will have to keep in mind as well for a track like this is that penalties can be quite a big factor here in Mexico. It's very notorious to get penalties around here, so drivers will have to be careful of track limits, and the curbs can be quite nasty as well in some particular areas. Turns 2 and 3 I know are a bit tricky, and also at the S section the curves are quite tall, especially with these cars easy to bottom out. The drivers will have to be very mindful of that. Now, before we go fully focused on the qualifying, there is a little bit of news to go through. First, from last week's race at at China, and my goodness, there are a bunch of incidents to go over. And one of which was an incident between Straduzzi and Mitri that was resulted as Mitri gained a 5-second time penalty and 2 license points. The next one was between Straduzzi and Neil Cindric that was reported as no further action, according to the stewards. The other one was the incident between... excuse me, my nose. The other incident was between Juan Lucas and Robson. That he got a 10-second time penalty and 3 license points. Of course, Mitri and Juan Lucas were outside the points, so it didn't really factor too much anyway. Let's see here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting this all correct. Alright, so the other incidents. Let's see here. There was an incident reported by Zunin for track limits that was reported as no further action. The next one was another one by Tristan that was also reported as no further action because of track limits. Jimmy and Max had an incident. Max got a 5-second time penalty for that incident for a severe collision, and resulted. It was because of, you remember him getting fucking doing a dive bomb on excuse me. He did a dive bomb on him at turn 6 and resulted in contact. And as a result, the stewards justify that Max got a 5-second penalty and 2 license points, which means in the final results, Max would move down from the race win to P3, which moves up Dutch Tricks and Aguedo to 1 and 2. And then Straduzzi, Patuka, Jesler, that was reported as a no further action. Aguedo and Neil Cindric. Neil Cindric was given a 5-second time penalty for his incident with Aguedo and 2 license points. Next, actually, he got 2 of those. That's 2 of the same thing, actually. So he had actually a total of 10 seconds and 4 license points, which means also Neil Cindric will have to serve a qualifying ban for getting all the penalties received in China. Gee whiz, that's a lot of incidents I had to go over. My goodness. I didn't think I had to go over that much, especially for a track like China. But there we are. Alright, so in the Drivers' Championship, if I could get that up. In the Drivers' Championship currently, it is Aguilera that is still leading the way on 74 points, followed by his teammate Straduzzi in second with 52 points. It's only 22 points separate between those two, so we still have a bit of a gap, but it's still a bit of ways to go here in this championship. Playteno is in third with 45 points, followed by Tico in fourth with 41. Jesler is in 5th with 37. Dutch Tricks, the reserve driver, is in 6th with 31. Then it's Juan Lucas at 7th with 29. Jimmy in 8th with 27. Jeremy in 9th with 22. And Max rounds it all off with 18 points, tied along with Patuka. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull are leading with 111 points, followed by Aston Martin in 3rd with 81 points. It's a bit of a gap between those two as well in that championship, 30 points, as a matter of fact. Williams are in 3rd with 57 points, followed by Haas in 4th with 35. Alpine in 5th with 27. AlphaTauri in 6th with 24. Alfa Romeo in 7th with 22. Mercedes are in 8th with 21. McLaren are in 9th with 8. And Ferrari have 3 points in 10th place. Alright, well that's it in terms of news. We can now fully focus on qualifying. Gee whiz, I had to go through a lot of stuff. And we do have a lot of times on the board as well, as you can see. I'll get the other stuff as well, the more important stuff. Currently it's Playtendo that's on pole position with a 1 minute 15.7 as Neil Cindric has retired from qualifying. Like I mentioned, he has to serve a qualifying ban for this session as well. So this is the second time in a row that he's also had to serve a qualifying ban. And hello there, Omi. Good to see you in the chat as well. Yeah, Straduzzi is leading, Playtendo is leading the way in qualifying, followed by Straduzzi, Juan Lucas, Oyston, Bossy, Satike, Jesler, Robson, Chop by Tracks, Clap by Tracks. Goodness me. Jeremy, Zunin, Tristan, Patuka, Questro, and that's it in terms of the times. Everyone else behind them has yet to set lap times, including our championship leader, Aguedo. Yeah, Omi, what am I saying? Dutch Tricks on an LF at the moment. Playtendo's on an LF, same with Straduzzi. Let's see here. Patuka's about to get ready for a flying lap for what it looks like to me. Let's see. Tell you what, since he is quickest along, we'll lie along with our current pole sitter for now. Playtendo, he'll give us a lap guy around here. At Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, give you a proper tour, the racetrack as he makes his way through this stadium section. Really one of the most insignificant parts of the racetrack, I would say. As he makes his way around 17 and down the main straightaway. DRS wide open for the Williams. We'll see what kind of peak speed he'll reach here down this main straight. 205, 206, 208, 209, just ticking 209. as he reaches down towards turn 1. Clips the inside apex of turn 1, through turn 2, and then turn 3. Oh, but he lost the back end, and he covered all the curve, but he manages to keep the car straight, and he backs out of the lap. That's fair enough. So right along with Stroduzzi instead, who was right behind him, as he's up by about just a tenth and a half, locking up a little bit there through turn 4 into turn 5. Third gear, short shifting up to 4th on the exit. Around turn 6, down to 2nd, then short shifting up to 4th, quickly up the gears as he makes his way up towards turn 7. Through the S as we go now, through 5th, into that 5th gear, up to 6th gear, through turns 8, 9, 10, and 11. 7th gear, opens DRS, and heads down towards turn 12. Hard on the brakes, brings it down to 4th gear, short shifting up to 5th gear, and then down towards turn 12. One of the more insignificant parts of the track, in my opinion. Through 13, 14, 15, into 16. Oh, he backs out of the lap, actually, invalidated. I did not see that on the mini-map, but yeah, he has invalidated his lap time, so he will have to try again. Yeah, he did get a little bit unlucky last week there. I agree there mid-tweet, but yeah, he's had a bit of an up-down season, Stroduzzi has. He only got one win in his bag, surprisingly, but like, yeah, last time he did have about 3 pole positions in a row as Bossy goes to the top. 1 minute 15.538. Wow. That's actually quite impressive from Bossy. I wasn't expecting that from him. Usually he qualifies towards the midfield, but I'm guessing he's lucky in Mexico here. As Aguilera's got a bit of traffic in front. Well, he's actually done a lap, as a matter of fact. And he's also done a 15.5 as well. 1 minute 15.589. He's 3,000 separated between himself and Dutch Tricks. And it's right now currently in AlphaTauri 1-2 because Dutch Tricks is the second. And only about 5/100ths behind his teammate. Alright, do you want to see Jesler? Let's keep an eye on him then. Let's see. He's up by about nearly a tenth to the first. How about to the middle for the Aston Martin? Oh, he's found a lot of time as well. About nearly over 4/10, and apparently purple as well. As he makes his way through turn 12 up to turn 13. Actually, I said turn 12 was before that. That's turn 13. As Max goes to 4th with a 1 minute 15.664. Jesler goes to 4th now. 1 minute 15.648 for the Aston Martin driver. He puts himself into the top 5. Jeremy, meanwhile, goes to 10th. 1 minute 15.887. The top 11, meanwhile, are separated by just over 3.5 tenths. It's quite close. That's, yeah, that's unbelievably close so far. Jimmy has invalidated his lap. He will not go forward into this. He'll have to try again. I'd probably imagine a lot of drivers just trying to get back into the pit lane or something like that. Stroduzzi looks like he's about to get ready for another flying lap. We'll see what he can do here as he makes his way down the main straight. See what kind of peak speed he's got. 206, 207, 208. Just a little slower than Play Tendo's top speed. Not by much, just a little bit. Through turn 2, turn 3. Up at the DRS, up towards turn 4. What will the clock say for the Red Bull? It says he's up by just over a tenth of a second. Through turn 4, around turn 5. Short shifting the gears as well. You saw him go down a second, and short shifting up to 4th. And the same story as well as he went through turn 6. Now hey up towards turn 7, down to 5th gear, up to 6th gear on the exit, through 8, 9, then 10. And then turn 11 will open the DRS and head down towards turn 12. And the clock says he's up by just nearly 3/10, down to 3rd, short shift up to 4th, through turn 12, up to turn 13. A little wide on entry, but hugs the inside apex through turn 13, through 14, 15, up to turn 16 we go, and then around the final corner now, up to the line goes Stroduzzi, and is the top of the timing sheets, a 1 minute 15.302. He's now ahead of Bossy by just about over 2/10 of a second. Very fast lap time indeed. Sim driver, it looks like he'll be getting ready as well. We got about 3.5 minutes here left in qualifying. Then we'll just get on, bolt up a new set of tires. Everyone will get going onto the track. Sim driver, though, he's making his way down the main straight. So, in case if he does screw up on his first lap, he will have time as well to go for another run if he can. And also, of course, if he has enough fuel. Down the main straightaway, up towards turn 1. Also, is the only driver, along with Jimmy, that have yet to set a lap time. Through turn 3, up towards the second DRS straight, up towards turn 4. Clock says for him, it's a 28.444. Through turns 4, 5, up to turn 6. Down to 4. Doesn't short shift, or doesn't go down the gears like we saw from Straduzzi. Speaking of him, he does retire from the session. Seems like he's happy where he is. Right now, occupying the top of the timing sheets. Dutch Tricks has also left the session. Hopefully, he'll be able to rejoin. Sim driver, meanwhile, making his way through the hairpin of turn 13 through 14. Turn 15, Aguero goes to the top. 1 minute 15.261. Beating his teammate by about half a tenth. Almost half a tenth. Meanwhile, Sim driver goes to 13th. 1 minute 16.056. I guess Straduzzi wasn't really. I guess Straduzzi was a bit too comfortable with his time. That he almost forgot. That he pretty much forgot about his teammate. All right, let's see here. Bossy, he'll be getting ready. Jesler's getting ready. Max is getting ready. Tendo was on a flying lap, but he invalidated his lap, so he'll have to try again. Oysen will be getting ready. Oh, he's trying to get himself ready again because he invalidated. Juan Lucas looks like he is on a flying lap as he makes his way through turns 2 and 3. Opens the DRS, will head up towards turn 4. What will the clocks say for the Alpine driver? It says he's up by just 78 thousandths to the first sector. Meanwhile, Jeremy's down significantly through the middle sector, so it doesn't seem like he'll be improving. Dutchers again has left the session. And with the time left, he will not have a time to go out and do a lap, so his qualifying is done. Tendo looks like he's getting ready. Oysen to the first sector is down by 27 thousandths. Jelzer on a lap at the moment as well. Bossy making his way up towards turn 4. There is a Mercedes going slowly there at turn 4. Bossy, meanwhile, is up by 62 thousandths to the first sector. Jesler, what about you? He is up by a tenth and a half. He's found a significant amount of time. Tendo has spun at the exit of turn 3. That's his qualifying done. Oysen is up by 92 thousandths to the middle sector. Let's see here. Meanwhile, Jimmy is about to cross the line very shortly. Oh, I just missed him. He goes to 8th. 1 minute 15.674 or 70. Sorry. Max is up by 70 thousandths, I believe that was. Jelsler's up by over 2/10 of a second. Bossy has spun. He's not going to improve on his lap. And Juan Lucas, I think he's just improved to a 1 minute 15.4. Oysen as well to a 1 minute 15.449. Jesler around the final corner, crosses the line. It's only P3, 1 minute 15.393. Max, what about you? You up by 2/10 of a second. He needs to find another couple. Up to the line comes Max. Pole position for Max again. 1 minute 15.186. He beats out Aguedo's time by just nearly a tenth of a second. Wow. From P1 to P16 are separated by just 1.1 seconds, I believe that is. And nearly, what is that? 75,000 separating P1 to P2. Gee whiz. And it's 4/100 separating the two Red Bulls. From Jesler to Oysten is separated by about 6/100s. From P6 to P7 is separated by 4/100s. It's close literally everywhere you look. That is incredible. Very close qualifying. And it's Max on pole. He was on pole last week at China. And he's on pole this week here in Mexico. Aguilera will start in second. Another top 5 start for him. Stroduzzi, his team will be in third, followed by Jesler, Oysten, Juan Lucas, Bossy, Dutch Tricks, Jimmy, Plate Tendo, Clap by Tracks, Jeremy, Satike, Robson, Sam Driver, Zunin, Pataka, Questro, Tristan, and Neil Cindric. Again, like I mentioned before, didn't do a lap because he was on a qualifying ban. How about that though from him? Gee whiz. That is a lap indeed by Max. Actually, no, I take that back. He didn't get pole last week, Max. He was close to. No, Aguilera got pole. That's right. I had to back my thought there for a brief moment. Alright. Well, while we also wait, talk about our sponsor GT Omega, who is the lead manufacturer of gaming peripherals, from gaming chairs to racing cockpits to improve your gaming experience. Go GTO, go check them out at gtomega.com.uk. Use the PSGL code word on their website for 5% off of their products. Also check them out on Twitch on GTOmega TV and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram on GT Omega Racing. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, time to get to the race. No formation lap. We got the 5 red lights for the Mexican Grand Prix, and it's go here in Mexico. Nice little start there by the Alfa Romeo and Max as the cars will shuffle the way down towards turn 1. Aguilera slips in behind, trying to get the slipstream up towards now turn 1. Cars shuffling about, trying to weave their way around the main straight as they make their way through turn 1. Max stays in front. Aguilera trying to go down the inside. Jesler and Dutch battling out as well for 4th as they make their way through turn 1. Stroduzzi looking to the right-hand side. He's going to try to take the race lead away from the Alfa Romeo. To the outside, Max though holds the position. He stays in the front of the lead. Stroduzzi though is still fighting down the inside towards turn 6. The Red Bull still alongside the Alfa Romeo. Into now turn 7. Maxwell though will have the inside line. Oh, does Stroduzzi give in? Yes, he does give in. Max though stays in front. He still maintains the lead. Contact between the 2 Red Bulls. Oh my goodness me. Contact between 2 of the Red Bull cars at turn 7. They have both tumbled down the order. The cardinal rule, you do not touch your teammate. And the 2 Red Bulls have come together at turn 7. Oh my goodness, that's not the first time we've seen that before, have we, in Formula 1? The 2 Red Bulls, the 2 championship protagonists, are out of the points. Neil Cindric is at a moment as well. Down the order he goes into 20th place. Tristan 2 is at a moment. Same with Zunin, I believe. Gee whiz. A lot of it's just going down towards the back. Meanwhile, Jesler around the outside of Jimmy into turn 1. Jimmy maintains 3rd away from Jesler. The other Aston Martin though of Juan Lucas though. Brain pressure on the other Aston Martin of Oysten. Oh, not quite close enough. And through turn 5. Let's see what tires everyone's on. Everyone's on hard tires apart from one. That's Questro, who is on the mediums. In terms of positions gained, Dutch Tricks is getting 6. Jimmy's also getting 6. Questro has gained 9 places. Aguirre's lost 15. He's the biggest loser out of them all. Actually, he beat both the Red Bulls, if I'm totally honest. But meanwhile, is Max that leads the way by just 1.1 seconds. Jimmy's in third, followed by Jesler, Oysen, Juan Lucas, and then Bossy, Playtendo, Questioner, Zitige. Jimmy sets the new fastest lap with a 1 minute 19.574 as DRS is now enabled. And down the main straightaway. Flat by tracks already, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. That's something I have mentioned. You got to be very careful with track limits. Flat by tracks, they're trying to get by the Alpine of Zatike, and that's going to bring Patuka into this fight. We're on board with the Mercedes-Benz. The Alpine still in front. Oh, the McLaren, though, trying their best to hold them off if he can. The Alpine, though, well, the outside for turn 5, and he gets by. Playtendo also overtaking Bossy. Bossy goes off the racetrack as well at turn 6. They make their way up towards now the S section. Dutch Tricks, though, is within a second of Matt. He didn't get DRS, apparently. Interesting. I thought he would have. Well, he will definitely get it now, because he is within a second of that DRS range. He will get it twice, remember, because like I mentioned, that one DRS detection zone is at the entry of turn 16, and it will be enabled for both this DRS zone and the next one at the exit of turn 3. Bossy will be, or Dutch Tricks, I'm sorry, not close enough though to attack. Patuka, meanwhile, is trying to overtake the McLaren, and he does. Seems like that Mercedes has got more straight line speed compared to the McLaren. Moves himself up into 11th place. Meanwhile, up towards the front, Dutch not close enough. Neither is Jesler to get by Jimmy. As Tristan has got himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Jeremy, flat by Trax now. Trax is just getting absolutely swamped here. He's also got Stroke Doozy for company as well. The cars now shuffle the way around turn 6. Oh, geez, at a big moment, a bit of a wiggle there from the Haas. Stroke Doozy stays in front of the Haas as well. Yeah, you can see also that the McLaren is low on battery. You can tell from the flashing red light in the back of the car. I think their clap will get DRS, but from what I've seen compared to the straight line speed, he doesn't really have much of that. Oyster says the fast lap, his clap goes awfully wide there at the exit of turn 17. Meanwhile, towards the front, it looks like Matt Chucks is going for the lead. He is going for the lead. He is now taking the race lead away from Max. He's now into the race lead. Jimmy, oh, and a spin! I think he's made contact with Chesler or something at turn 1. He's tumbled down the order. He's down to 6th place because of that little incident. He's also got his teammate now for company as well. Whoa, gee whiz. Oh, the two Williams are close to one another. Like, oh, contact between the two Williams. You don't want to do what the Red Bulls did on the first lap, do you? There you go. Playtendo now moves himself up into 6th. Alright, Dutch Tricks now in the race lead. It's the Dutch 1, 2, 3, as a matter of fact, as well, with Jesler being in 3rd. Max, though, will get DRS down this main straight. So there's plenty of resources to play with compared to Dutch, who has just about a quarter of that battery left. Meanwhile, does set fastest lap, but Max is going to get DRS to close up on him. Jesler is also out of battery too, I could tell. Well, Royce stay in front of Juan Lucas. Oh, the two Williams are still close to one another. Jimmy, though, won't get DRS on his teammate. Bossy, though, not far behind. Now make their way up towards now turn 4. Here comes Jimmy to the inside. Contact again between the two Williams. Because of that contact, it's now Jimmy moves down a position. Bossy moves up to 7th. Gee whiz. Pataka, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Meanwhile, up towards the front, Max half a second behind as Jeremy now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Clap by Tracks is spun at the end of turn 11. He doubles down the order. He's down to 18th place. Not a great race so far for the Papaya outfit of McLaren. As Max will get DRS down this main straight. Jesler unfortunately did not get DRS. He wasn't under a second going into the detection zone. Juan Lucas breezes past Oyson. He's up into 4th. Actually, we'll take away the tire graphic. We don't really need that for now. We just only know that Questro is the only driver on the medium compound tire. That's all we need to know. Actually, let me take that back. And Robson's on the softs. Okay. Yeah, Robson must have got damaged somewhere in the first couple of laps, so he'll definitely need a safety car if he wants to get back into this race. Meanwhile, up towards turn 12, as Zunin gets himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. So here, Max, half a second behind Dutch Tricks. He will get the DRS, and he's using battery, and he's going to close up rapidly to this AlphaTauri. Yep, he's definitely not wasting any time. To the right-hand side he goes, takes back the race lead. Through turn 2 to turn 3 we go. Up is DRS heading down towards turn 4. Of course, Max will have that to defend himself from Dutch. Yeah, Max, of course, lucky to get his first race win. He had that at China, but because of post-race penalties, he was dropped down from 1st to 3rd because of his incident with Jimmy. Right now he's set on course, definitely, to looking like he could potentially win this race. But we'll have to wait and see. They got plenty of racing to go. With just less than 30 laps left into the race. Well, the battle between these two is definitely not over. Between Dutch and Max. Alright, down the main straightaway, up towards now turn 1 we go. DRS wide open. Up towards turn 1, DRS wide open. Does he get close enough to attack? No, he's not close enough. Alright, sorry about that, I just have to do something real quickly. Pataka lost a couple of spots I noticed. Aguero just overtaking Jeremy. He's now, oh, gee whiz, there's a spin! A spin for Neil Cindric, oh dearie me. Tumbles down to 17th place. Through goes Clap by Tracks. And down goes Neil Cindric. Yellows are out again. Neil Cindric spins again. Gee whiz. Not having a great race, it seems. Sam Driver, 3-second time penalty, multiple points. Yeah, sorry, I've been getting a little bit of text messages. So I should be focusing more on the action. I'm very sorry, but it's just important stuff I had to take care of there real quickly. Pataka and Zudin, side by side through turn. Oh, for God's sake. Well, there goes my controller there. Bossy, 3-second time penalty, multiple points. Gee whiz. How many penalties is that for everybody so far? Oyster's got 3 seconds, same with Bossy, Jimmy, and then Samdrar, Pataka, Zunin, Thought by Tracks, and Tristan have 3-second penalties. Jeremy has the 6 seconds, so he's got the most out of everybody so far. Alright. Match for guess and Dutch tricks. 4.5 tenths separate between the two. DRS open. Not quite close enough though to attack. Seven tenths is the margin. Making the way around turn 17. Up at DRS, we'll head up towards turn 1. Give it kind of peak speed. Let's see if Dutch will get close to attack the Alpha. No, not quite. Yes, Clap has also spun. This time at turn 15 he spun. He whiz. Well, there's his teammate also to come and get him as well. Play 10, no, not close enough to attack Oyson. Oyson leaned a little bit of a train from what it seems as well. From him leaning to pout, I think Stroduzzi. Yeah, Stroduzzi's in the back of this train. Yeah, the crappy part about being stuck in these DRS trains is that you can't really do too much if you're in the middle of this whole thing. Neil Sidger gets a penalty. Yeah, it's like if you're basically second or to the front or front of the queue, then yeah, of course some stuff will happen, but if you're in the back of this whole train or in the middle of it, yeah, you can't really do too much. Neil Sidger, meanwhile, on another spin, this time at turn 3. Meanwhile, Dutch Tricks and Max. Less than a second separating the two. Up towards now turn 1. The Alpha Tower will have DRS. Or has DRS, sorry. Not close enough though, obviously, to attack. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you expect here in Mexico. Sure, Doozy overtaking to TK before turn 1. In the middle of this whole train. Well, he's now in the points. Remember, the top 10 do score points here in PSGL. Sam Driver, meanwhile, overtook Jeremy there at turn 1. Alright, Sir Doozy, he's trying to make a move on as well. Neil Sidger, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. His next target room will be Questo, and I bet Questo's tires have seen better days. Remember, he started on the medium tires as Neil Sidrick again has another spin. This time at, again, the same corner at turn 3. Or down the back second straight, I should say. Oh, I think Questo might have DRS on this occasion. He was just ticking over under a second in that DRS detection zone. Yep, he's got DRS, but The Red Bull has got some horsepower. A lot more power there. He's up into 9th. I think someone got a penalty there. I didn't quite catch that. Imitating real life almost. The Red Bull having a better straight line speed compared to a Mercedes, I guess you could say. Even though these cars are based on equal performance. And also, I didn't quite catch, but Lucas has overtaken Oyson. He's up to 4th. So he's now leading this whole train. As Neil Cedric goes into pit lane. With a 5-second penalty as well. Robson 2 goes into pit lane. He's about to get lapped very shortly as well. I've just noticed. Actually, both of them will get lapped very shortly. Pataka gets himself a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Alright, around the final corner, back on the main straightaway. And Neil Cedric about to come out ahead of these two. Yep, there he is, and there is Max as well. Thankfully though, ghosting is on, but you gotta remember you have to obey blue flags whenever they come out. As Jeremy has also left the session, hopefully he'll be able to rejoin. As Questioner goes into pit lane, he'll bolt on a set of hard compound tires to go to the end of the race. They should be able to do it from here, about 20 odd laps. Meanwhile, up towards the front. Oh, as one Lucas has run wide. He's run deep, I think. Oh, no, he didn't. It looked like to me that from that angle he went wide. Oh, gee whiz, is bossing delay out a moment. Oh, I'm sorry for the overreaction there. No, it looked like in that angle I thought he ran wide. Because that camera shot from that second straight is like further back. So it looks like he ran wide to me. As Neil Cedric has another spin, it looked like. Pataka overtakes Jeremy's AI. As, yeah, he's just tumbling down the order. There were yellow flags there, I just noticed as well. I think Sim Driver must have had a moment at turn 11. That's where I noticed the yellow flags were. Main thing for him is that he's still in the race. Neil Cedric, another speed penalty, and yeah, he's had enough. He's done for the race. He is calling it quits. He now becomes our first retirement of the race. And meanwhile, oh my goodness me! That was a little bit of a send there from Stroduzzi, trying to go down the inside of Jimmy. Wasn't really going to work. And because of that, he's lost time. Doesn't matter anyway, Stroduzzi takes the position away from Jimmy. Lap by tracks, 5-second penalty for speeding, as he's done for the race as well. Yeah, that was a little bit of a sin, I will say, from Stroduzzi. Definitely did not look like to me he was close enough. Yeah, because of that contact, they lost time to the train a little bit. But knowing Stroduzzi's pace, I know he'll try to catch back up. But right now, for the sake of his championship, oh my goodness, he almost nearly spun the car. Gee whiz. That is something you don't want to do if you're a Stroduzzi. You don't want to put your car into the barriers. For the sake of the championship, at least. And because of that little mistake, it cost him a couple of tenths and DRS. Is it close? Not quite. Yellow flags are out again. Pataka has spun, and oh, did he get damaged? There's a bit of carbon fire I noticed. But I don't think that came off of Pataka's car. Oh, okay, that's gonna get removed. That's stupid. Spins out and he gets a 10-second penalty. Yeah, no, apparently that was Pataka's fault. That he spun and was off the track. Ralph's on a 3-second penalty. Gee whiz, the penalties are racking up here in Mexico. And my freaking controller is still low on battery. Meanwhile, sorry to get himself a penalty. Guess who else has now joined this little fight for the lead? Jesler is now into this fight. As Max Dilly has a bit of a moment there at the exit of the hairpin. Alright, it's Alfa Romeo, Alpha Tauri, and Aston Martin. The Triple A's are in the top three. And top three are also the Dutch drivers as well. This whole bunch. Juan Lucas being the only non-Dutch driver right now is the leading non-Dutch driver, who is in fourth. He's Belgian, of course. As Zunin goes into pit lane. And right now he's just leading a bit of a train. As you can see, it's Pataka, 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane. A lot of drivers not having a fun time with that pit lane here in Mexico, from what it seems like. Alright, so who's going to pull the plug first out of this top three? I reckon that we will see a bit of strategies coming into play. Who goes for the undercut and whatnot. Now the undercut I know is quite powerful around Mexico. And if you're on quicker tires, I know the soft tire in previous games used to be a very rapid tire. But of course with this game it's not really, I mean it's still somewhat the case, but it just burns so fast. Obviously for here you're going to have to go hard medium. But if you're on the quicker compound, obviously you will go quicker. Aguilera though sets fastest lap, 1:19.0. So he still somewhat has got some pace in that Red Bull. He saved up quite a bit of battery from what it seemed like. And Pataka, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, we'll wait and see who pulls the plug first out of this whole bunch. Yeah, hopefully you can join back, Jeremy. I saw your comment just now. Put on the tire graph now just to see where everyone's standing. Alright, so who goes in? Do they go in or do they stay out? Who stays out? Who goes in? It appears to be Dutch that's coming into the pits. Jeez, and he nearly misses it. He was just about to almost hit the wall there. As Platendo gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Yep, medium tires have to go for Dutch. Also, a few more cars in as well. Oyston and Stroduzzi and Satike are into the pit lane to get off those hard tires onto a set of mediums. Now, where does Juan Lucas come out of all this? I think he's going to get ahead of these guys, is he? Yeah, he will. He maintains the front of this queue, only just though. Platendo also undercuts Oyston and Stroduzzi. So yeah, the undercut just worked for him there. Juan Lucas manages to maintain his spot. Soon at a fast stop at 118.7. That's now being by Pataka with a 118.3, down in 17th. Alright. What about these two? What are they going to do? Who goes in? Who stays out? Max is coming in for this lap. Jesler 2 is following. Now, where is the AlphaTauri? There he is. Keep your eyes on the dark red and green dots in the pit lane. Does the undercut work for Dutch? Into the pits as well goes Bossy, Dutch's teammate. And down the main straight he goes. It's going to be close, I reckon. Does he have enough to get ahead of the Alfa Romeo? He does! Only just, though. The undercut has worked, and Dutch Tricks now moves into second. And that is also a provisional lead. Max has got to get those tires up to temp, and same with Jesler. Jesler's still in the same spot he has been. Doesn't even move up or move any spots, pretty much. Stays where he is at the back of this queue. As Jimmy goes for a spin at turn 3. Oh, dearie me. That's quite unfortunate. Was in the fight for the points, and right now he's outside the points. Aguilera, who is our current race leader, has yet to make a pit stop. Straduzzi, a 3-second penalty. That's definitely not going to help his cause. This is his first penalty of the race as well. Oh, gee whiz. Aguilera stays out for another lap. Does Max have DRS? No, he does not have DRS. So he will have to do the best he can the old-fashioned way to catch up to Dutch. It's only a second separating those two. 5-second time penalty for Jimmy as he retires in the pits. He has had enough. Spin for Lucas as well at turn 1. Oh dear. Spinning out at turn 1, he tumbles down to 9th place. And there's his teammate behind of the TK. Who was leading this queue is now outside that queue pretty much. Now, I remember that Plate Tendo and him were alongside one another. Oh dear, it's Rob's on a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Gee whiz. I noticed that him and Plate Tendo and one Lucas were close for a while. I wonder if maybe they had a coming together or something. Dutch Tricks also has lost time apparently. Well, it wasn't. Yeah. Oh wait. Nope, sorry, wrong intervals. I was looking at the gap between Aguilera and Dutch. I forgot Aguilera still hasn't pitted yet. Straduzzi overtaking Oysen for 5th. He is right now 10 seconds behind Jesler at the moment. Gee whiz. Who are we talking about that finished 4th? Dirk. So you can clarify that for me. Meanwhile, though, up at the front, Dutch, Max, Jesler, all separated by just about at least a second, separating the 3 drivers. Oysen, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, something you don't want. And he got that at the S section. Juan Lucas 2, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Around turn 13, up towards turns 14 and 15. 16 and 17. Straduzzi sets fastest lap. 1 minute 17.961. And also, Max, oh, it looked like he was close, but he wasn't close enough. He will get DRS though, heading down the second DRS straight. And I think Aguilera is just begging for a safety car at this point to get him back into this race. I think that's what he's really doing. Yeah, what he needs is a late race safety car. But the way he's going, let's see, the gap right now, if he were to pit, I know it's like a 20-second loss, he would drop down to just to 10th, I believe, behind the TK. And right now the cars behind him are closing in with fresh medium tires compared to him who's been on those hards since the start of the race. Yeah, having to come together with Straduzzi on the first lap. The 2 Red Bulls making contact at turn 7, resulting in them tumbling down the order. Soon in 3-second penalty, multiple warnings, and Max is closing in bit by bit on this in this race. And I think he's going to line up an overtake. Is he? Yes, he is. To the outside. Breaks deep. Can he have the inside for turn 5? Yes, he can. He now is into second place. He takes that away from Dutch Tricks. Yeah, I'll give you tires. Sorry. Jimmy has left the session. There you go. Literally almost everybody on the main tires, apart from a few drivers being Zunin, Tristan, and Aguedo, and Questro. Yep, and this gap is now 1.5 seconds. It's still closing between Max and Aguedo. Robson 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. These two had a bit of a coming together before at Baku a few weeks ago, Max and Aguedo. They have a little bit of a history between one another. Meanwhile, everyone's still pretty much staying where they're at the moment. No one really lined up to make any sort of moves. Pataka, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. As Robson is out of the race, he's retired in the pits. He has had enough. And meanwhile, Max is right behind the Red Bull of Aguedo. Those cars have definitely seen better days for Aguedo. Alright, Max left DRS. Hey, up towards that turn 12. To the same section we go through Flora Soul. Yep, on this occasion he will get DRS again. More grippy tires. And Aguedo has decided he's had enough. He is pulling the plug. He's going into the pits. Max now takes back the race lead here in Mexico. Aguedo will go on to a set of medium compound tires. Where will he come out of all this? Just behind Zitike, like I mentioned. Down to 10th place. Speaking of the Alpines, Zitike now overtakes Juan Lucas for 8th place. These two, though, will have a fast-charging Red Bull, though, coming soon, I reckon. Stroduzzi, though, has had a nice recovery drive after his collision with his teammates. He's up to 4th, and right now it looks like he can maintain that as long as he doesn't get another penalty. Yeah, because currently the car's behind. Joyson has a 9 seconds, Bossy 6, and Playteno has 3. The TK is the closest out of this whole top 10 behind that don't have a penalty. And of course, Aguedo as well. Yeah, this will definitely help out Stroduzzi in the championship to close up. You know, like I mentioned, it's about a 22-point deficit between Stroduzzi and Aguedo for the championship. And we still got about 3 more rounds left after this race. We've got Hungary, then we got Jeddah, and then the final round at Brazil. That honestly will be, that's honestly not a bad last 3 races, though, I'm totally honest. I cannot wait to see that for sure. Yeah, I reckon we will have a good chance fight in the championship here in F8. It's been one crazy season so far. And yeah, hopefully we can keep it that way. Meanwhile, the Max still leading the way. Dutch still behind. He's still got DRS on him. He will get DRS on him. He just ticked under a second going underneath the detection zone. As Sam Driver gives himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Sorry. Up towards now turn 4, not close enough though to attack. And around turn 5, up towards turn 6. 7/10 is the margin. Dutch does not have a great deal of battery life, I have noticed too. He's pretty much dealing at the single digits. 8% compared to Max, who also has 8%. Jesler, though, has a hell of a lot of battery. My goodness. He has 80%. He has got plenty of resources. And he's going to use it, too. Here he comes. Dutch can do absolutely nothing about this. Jesler now moves it to second place. So really, Jesler is in a prime position to actually take the race win. Possibly. One Lucas overtakes the TK. That's for 8th place. And there's the fast-charging Red Bull of Aguado. He is just behind the two Alpines. And here he comes. Nothing really that TK could do. Oh, maybe he's trying to fight. Around the outside. He'll have the inside line for 5. Dutch has now shot himself in the foot by getting himself a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings, he's done that at the S section. That's pretty much, I think, race win potential over for Dutch Tricks. He has literally shot himself in the foot. Meanwhile, though, Jesler closing in on Max. DRS, not close enough. Honestly, if you're Jesler really at this point, just wait until the final lap. No, he shot himself in the foot! Oh my goodness. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings using the outside of turn 3. He made a mistake, and it's cost him nearly. Well, now he's got no choice. He has to push. He now has to get by Max, and not only that, gain 3 seconds, unless Max gets himself a penalty as well. Oh, the commentator's curse there. I said that he shouldn't make a mistake. And well, he's done the most critical one, getting himself a penalty. So yeah, he's gonna have to overtake Max now. And yeah, he's lining up for an overtake for sure. Here he comes. DRS. Yeah, definitely nothing Max could do in this sort of situation. There goes Jesler up into the race lead. He's gonna have to build now a 3-second margin between himself and Max. Aguado, meanwhile, sets a new fastest lap as Jesler again goes wide at the exit of turn 3. Made another mistake there. Does he have the pace to build up those 3 seconds? Well, what he's going to hope for now is for Max to get a penalty. He's the only one out of this threesome that has yet to get a penalty. He will get DRS, so he will close up. Not by much, though. We're at the stadium section. Max again, yeah, he will get DRS down this main straight. He doesn't have battery, though, to play with, though. Jesler has dumped every single ounce of those resources in his car. Yeah, he's at a bit of a disadvantage now, I would say. Oh, penalties were not a thing in that threesome. It definitely would have been a great finish, I reckon, between Jesler, Max, and Dutch. But both of those drivers just shot themselves in the foot. Dutch gained a penalty at the S's, Jesler gained a penalty at running wide at turn 3. Sometimes I find that to be a bit BS what he did, because he made a mistake and then ran wide. Yeah, I think the game should be a little bit lighter when it comes to that. Dutch, though, could he get a little hand from DRS? He's gonna have Tristan, who's lapped, Jeremy, who's also lapped, but he's not in the session. Yellows are out. That's for Zatike, I believe. Yep, spinning out of the S section. Nope, he doesn't have DRS. Max still does, though. Yeah, we have about 3 more laps left, so there won't be any safety cars beyond this point. Max is trying to stay close. Dutch is losing time to the top 2, so yeah, he definitely will not be fighting for seconds, unfortunately for him. Jesler's got a bunch of traffic to negotiate here. He's got the AI of Jeremy to negotiate. He gets by him there. Now he has to get by Tristan. Hoisted another penalty, multiple warnings. It doesn't get DRS apparently. I don't know how he didn't, but there you go. Alright, next time by, we'll have about 2 more laps left into the race. Six and a half tenths separate between Max and Jesler. Jesler's got to pray to the racing gods that somehow Max just makes a mistake, whether it be by a penalty or by him spinning. Jesler gets a complimentary 8 of DRS to help him pull away. Max, though, still on the back of him. Up towards now turn 7 we go. Through 8, 9, and then 10. Fizzling himself another penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, really, if you're Max, you don't necessarily need to push. You just remember that you have to be within that 3-second window. That's all you have to do. Looks like Jesler has now gone over a second ahead of Max. Max is not going to get DRS on this occasion. We now move on to the final lap of the race. 1 more to go here in Mexico. Another 2.6 miles. Satike, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Through turn 1, through turn 2, into turn 3. Still about 1.4 seconds is the margin. Oysen overtaking Bossy there for 5th. .3 seconds. Pataka spun there at the S section. Max just needs to keep the car within the track limits. That's all you have to do. Just bring the car to the finish. He's done exactly that through the S section. Now it's the baseball stadium to go. Jesler coming through the same section as confetti flies here in Mexico. It will be Jesler crossing the line first, but it's not going to be him taking the win. It belongs to Max. He wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Jesler will claim second and Dutch will claim third. Stroduzzi will get fourth place after that opening lap incident with his teammate. Nice recovery by him. Aguayo jumps to fifth based off of penalties. Bossy will move to sixth, followed by Juan Lucas, Platendo, Oysen. Satike will finish in the top 10, will finish on the final point scoring spot. Questro will finish in 11th, Sem Driver 12th. Pataka and Zunin will be 13th and 14th. Tristan and Jeremy will finish 15th and 16th. Just waiting for these guys to finish. Oh, Zunin actually gets ahead of him. There you go. And there we are. Race over. Aguayo gets driver of the day. He too got involved in that incident with his teammate and worked his way back up to being in the top 5 after being towards the bottom of the order on the first lap. Max though takes victory here in Mexico. This is his first victory of the season as well. Remember last week he got his victory robbed away from him after penalties came about from the stewards room. I don't think the stewards will have anything to say about Max this time about. Max takes home victory here in Mexico. Jesler will take home second. And of course the third is Dutch Tricks, last week's race winner. Will complete the podium in third. Actually, Jesler's British, I'm sorry. I said he was Dutch the entire time. Ah, my apologies there, Jesler, for calling you Dutch. Sorry, I thought you were also a Dutch driver. Anyway though, the Dutch drivers of Max and Dutch Tricks have finished 1-3. Jesler finishes in second, the British driver. Stroduzzi in fourth, followed by Aguayo, Bossi, Lucas, Platendo, Oysen, Zatike, Questro, Sem Driver, Zunin, Pataka, Tristan, Jeremy, Robson, Jimmy, Clap by Tracks, and Neil Cindric. Robson, Jimmy, Clap by Tracks, and Neil Cindric. With DNFs in the race, all retiring in the pit line. There we are. The end of the Mexican Grand Prix. I'll invite the top 3 to see if they want to join, of course. They don't have to, but if they want to, they're more than welcome to, obviously. See here, Jesler. And Dutch Tricks. There he is. Yeah, we'll see if they want to join, of course. But yeah, with Aguayo and Stroduzzi, yeah, with them finishing 4th and 5th, well, Stroduzzi finishing his teammate, he'll close up a bit in the championship as well. Although this fight definitely will be interesting, I reckon, between those two. Although If Jesler's strong result, he might close up to a little bit as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Jesler was down by 37 points to Aguedo for the championship lead. Well, I don't think anyone is going to join, from what it looks like to me. Alright, well, I did try at least. I did invite them into the party, but I guess they're not really joining. But anyway, I'll say this. Congratulations to Max on your race win, your first race win of the season. Jesler, yeah, that mistake though at turn 3 cost you the race win, but still put up a valiant effort. And then Dutch, yeah, good effort from you as well, P3. But I think with that, folks, it's time to wrap it all up here in the stream. So I know F1 is going on right now, so be sure to tune in for that for the PlayStation side. But Jessica and Aiden commentating that race. But until then, for F8, we will have to wait until next week. Until then, I have been Kane1997. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again for round 10 of the championship, round 9 of the championship, sorry, at the Hungarian, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Till then, everybody, it is goodbye.